Human beings aren't the only species that form babysitting circles, daycare centers, nursery groups. Giraffes also do. Giraffes tend to give their babies alone in a thicketed area. But then, if a few of the moms have babies together, they form a babysitting group, and it's called a creche. And usually the group has about 2 to 4 babies in it. Sometimes can have 2 or 3 times that number. And the amazing thing about it is the group is set up as a cooperative rearing group. So when they form these creches, what happens is sometimes one mom will stay as the guardian while the others go off and feed. And then they rotate. So one of the ones that's feeding comes back, takes the place of the one that was the guardian, who then leaves and feeds. And it's a very organized, complex, cooperative network. And we have no clue as to how they communicate with each other and explain who has what role. What we do know is there are 3 main benefits to what they're doing, and these benefits apply to both the mom and the calves. The first one is protection of the young. When the giraffe are vigilant, they are looking out for possible predators. They do tend to come together more at night because lions can kill giraffe. But what we have found out in one study is that about 90% of the kids who grew up in a nursery group survived the first couple of months of life, compared to about 70% that didn't grow up in a nursery group. In other species like muskox, what happens is if a wolf comes to try to attack a baby, they form what's called a defensive circle to keep the wolf away. It's a different tactic to protect the little babies. The second benefit they get is the moms can go off and feed. And so they end up not worrying about whether their kid is protected because one mom's being the guardian, and they can eat food in order to then come back and nurse their young. In some other species, like cotton-top tamarins, a tiny little monkey that lives in South America, the dad carries the twins, they usually have twins, while the mom goes off and feed, and it achieves the same goal. The mom doesn't have the energetic burden of carrying around the twins, and she can get enough food in her to then produce the milk for the offspring. And the third benefit is that the kids sometimes get the zoomies, they run around, they play with each other. They develop social skills with their peers. And this is similar to what happens in wild dogs who raise their pups cooperatively, although the dogs are pretty cute when they're squeaking. And so those 3 benefits work. And in the long run, what happens is the giraffe who grow up together in these babysitting groups, they become best friends forever. So when 1 or 2 years old, they wander off on their own, but they come back and see their mom on a regular basis.